The interesting thing about my grandparents is that they had three boys, my father and two other younger brothers. But the third brother weighed 1.5 pounds when he was born, and so he was born mentally ill. So my grandmother, being as old-fashioned as she was, she just said, I'm going to take care of this sickly child. So he really never developed in any way a vocabulary. He couldn't read, he couldn't write, he couldn't spell, he couldn't do much. He was basically invalid all his life. And so he and I shared the same room, which is why I say, if I get a little off-center with some of my thinking, I probably got it from my uncle, because he and I spend a lot of time together. And when you see someone that is totally incapacitated, and then you have a stoic patrician grandmother that refuses to give up that child, you learn through example what they're willing to do for the sake of their own dignity, and then what you have to learn about what someone else doesn't have that you have. I could see, I could hear, I could talk, I could think, I could read, I could write, I could create, I could do everything. But this uncle of mine couldn't do a darn thing. And when you have to sit with him and then listen to him when he's obviously not feeling good sometime and hear his agony, and then at the same time realize that you're out learning things, it teaches you about the value of loving your own life, because someone that should be able to love his own life was denied that opportunity. And so that kind of like became the cornerstone of how I manage things, not only personally, but how I manage things in relationship to what I do today. That life is a challenge, it's fragile, it's not something that's any one of us should take for granted, that we should thank the Lord, especially if you're a USC student, because that means you're doing well. And that you have all your faculties. And I have this very big belief that when you learn to love your own life, you're going to do some amazing things.